thinking about it.
Bumps and bruises, 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 bumps and bruises. Bumps and bruises, 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 bumps and bruises.
Yeah, shout out the priest in the chat. Bumps and bruises, we like the fuses. Grab a seat and hear what the news is. Don't confuse us, you know the name. We the best and the brightest in this podcast game. Derek Marcos and Drizzen with the hot takes and recaps. Hit us in the chat, we welcome all feedback. Turn it up, cause we giving them hell. We the best in the business, now ring the bell.
Bumps and bruises, 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 bumps and bruises. Bumps and bruises, 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 bumps and bruises.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Yo. Hey,
we're back. We're back at it. We have the Fearsome Foursome. We are here for another episode of the Bumps and Bruises podcast. I'm your boy Marcos. I'm joined again by the whole clan. Everybody, how's it going?
well,
What's up?
what up?
We
Another
got the
day in
world traveler back.
another day in paradise. Wrestling,
man.
wrestling paradise.
Is it in paradise? I know somebody in this podcast his worst nightmare came true last night. Let's just,
I think we just need to start right there. That's exactly where we start.
We should not delay. Let's just go right in.
Go in.
Let's go right in. So last night, one of the most polarizing figures in wrestling history came back.
Polarizing.
Of course, I'm talking about Brock Lesnar. They set up the scene throughout most of the night. They were like, "We got the Obafemi, what's it called? Invitational Open Challenge, whatever have you." And he came out. The whole crowd was like with him doing the Oba walk. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Mr. rips his pants himself. Brock freaking Lesnar comes out and hits him what seems to be with 19 F5s and split his pants all at the same time. We're going to have to put a collection together and get that man some jeans that stretch. Or maybe he just doesn't wear jeans from 1998, with sparkles on the back. I don't know. But let's get right in. We're going to go ahead and Shane, can you go ahead and just let's put Derek in the spotlight. Derek, go ahead. You got 5 minutes. Oh, wow.
I hate it here. We doing it anyway. Make it make sense. You know what I'm
saying? We can't see you. We can hear you.
You said you can see me? There you go, right there. I'm gonna take y'all access away. But, man, why couldn't he just stay gone? I feel like this is how I always feel every time he comes back. Why do we need Brock?
So let's, if we can, Rand, what is your interpretation of this?
Interpretation. You know what? WrestleMania 40, I believe at the end of it, they did that documentary thing and they explained what we kind of know, but we absolutely know since 40 for sure, maybe since 39. The story is never finished. Okay. None of these stories are finished ever. They just continue on.
Cody's story is finished.
I mean, it took a while.
Part 3. I think you get a third one. I don't know when and where, but you do get Cody Reigns 3.
I think it's gonna happen again. Yeah,
and it's gonna be billed like WrestleMania 3. Like if it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, stories don't really end these days. So there are a couple of theories, but I thought Brock would come back by SummerSlam. But this is way earlier to me for this to make any sense or have any sort of real impact. So yes, the crowd went crazy. I think it might be a case of them running out of ideas or just wanting to, make sure people tune in to the next, thing, which is, I guess, Italy. If this is going to be an Italy match, then that show is low key stacked.
It is stacked.
Like you got a triple main event. I hate when they say that, but you have a triple main event on that show, which is crazy.
International Mania.
Yeah, so that is wild. This looks like the best card since, or definitely better than Mania, but it looks like a really good card. So, but I don't think it makes a ton of sense. But I think this is going to be another great moment for Unreal. I feel like they're booking for Netflix. They're booking for TV. They're booking for moments, and they got another one. That's really what it is.
I 100% see that. Shane, what is your thoughts before I go down my rabbit hole?
I mean, I think this is a case of I'm going to buy into
This is crazy.
the real. I think this is a situation where Brock was like, you know what, I'm not going out like this. I'm not having a retirement match right now. I'm out, because we've seen him historically do leverage plays, and I wouldn't be surprised. I don't have any insight on this, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if this was a leverage play and he leveraged them and got a bunch of money out of it.
They ain't got no money.
I think.
Oh, hold on. Time out. Wait, nope. Hold on. Pause.
They had the investor call. It doesn't matter anymore until next year.
Nope. Hold on. Wait a minute.
They ain't
All
got
right.
it.
They ain't got no money.
We ain't got it, bro.
If we firing people, we ain't got no money.
I think
We ain't got money for you.
As somebody that just went through a corporate layoff,
We ain't got no money.
we laid off 30 people, laid off 135 people.
Y'all
Then
ain't, I mean, y'all ain't got no money.
After I was gone, they laid off another 5 people. Now they have hiring listings for like 30 different positions.
They found the money.
So you gonna get your old job back?
I think it's. I think, and again, this is just pure fan fiction at this point. I think we all know, based on the history that's out there, veterans like to force booking's hand. Am I right or wrong there? Let's get a thing. Like,
How
right?
so? How so though?
Okay,
Explain.
like I think the narrative was that he was going to retire at SummerSlam, and it still might be the case. And then at a certain point, Brock was like, nah, like, like not kiboshing creative, but kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna make him sweat. And I do believe that what he did at WrestleMania was genuine, kind of on the moment, like to freak them out in the back and give Oba an additional rub, because I feel like this Italy thing was always on the docket. And then when Brock did that, everybody was confused. And the reason why I believe this is because nobody said anything. Even the announcers were very careful not to say the word retirement. It was probably the first time last
I think
night.
they were told to shut up and let the moment happen. You know what I mean? You come on. You think that a wrestler, even if it's the biggest wrestler as Brock Lesnar, can do something on camera and they just keep the cameras running for everybody? Like they could have easily cut away.
It's not like he went on a tirade on the mic. Yeah, if it's a mic and it's a live moment, they're cutting it. But think about when Taker did this a couple years ago, and then they completely walked it back within 2 months.
Right. So clearly this means nothing. When you do this in the ring, it means nothing.
Yeah, when it's somebody that is a part-timer like him, you take a grain of salt. Now, if somebody like Seth Rollins leaves his boots in the ring, I think it's a done deal. Like, you know what I mean?
Why?
Like,
why do you believe him more than anybody else?
Because he made the town. He made Idaho, wherever the hell they were at yesterday, Greensboro. He's on TV daily. You know what I mean?
Roman, like, so was Brock. Everybody made Greensboro. Apparently that was a big
But
move.
you know what I mean? But like, I feel like it's that, or it might be Brock is open to negotiation for additional dates. Maybe Brock said, I love Minnesota, but that Saudi check is dope, and I maybe give me a Saudi retirement. You know, if I leave with 10 M's in Saudi Arabia, I don't give a crap about hometown fans.
So we can pay him $10 million in Saudi Arabia.
Well, you got to think about
we got to fire.
You got to think about the Saudi show. That's purely funded by Saudi. So
Yeah.
they paid Shawn Michaels a couple $1 million for that one match. It wasn't WWE, it was Saudi. So
Yeah.
like I don't know, man. I just think the more of a surprising thing that was more genuine, that it was kind of like, oh, that WWE got caught off guard, is Asuka crying and getting emotional after a match. That was more like, oh, okay.
Okay. Also, let's remember that you know what? I don't know. I feel like I believe a little bit of everything. I think a little bit of Shane, a little bit of Marcos here, because that really could have very well been a money play. Like, he's like, you know what? I call my own shots, and I'm giving y'all this really big moment. I'm giving you a big rub for Oba. And now when it's time to negotiate for me to come back, we got to talk a little bit different. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I really don't know what to make of it.
So WWE puts himself in a crazy position, and I want you guys to comment on what I'm about to say. I think if Oba beats him twice in a row, which is a very high possibility, I could see Oba being the main event at SummerSlam versus Roman, and possibly walking away with the belt.
Nah, I could see it, but I think that Brock wins and we get the rubber match we get the blow off at SummerSlam.
So you don't think you don't think the E will give us Gunther Brock, or you think Gunther's out the picture because he's on SmackDown temporarily? Because they did the whole thing like, I believe he signed to SmackDown now, according to the stipulation of what he's getting the title shot for.
I don't know. That's funny because everybody talked about it, and it was almost like a foregone conclusion. Like, we thought, like, oh, the favor that Paul owes Gunther is, I'm about to call your man's out. I need to choke him out. They had it. It was right there. Like, they could have done that, and I guess they could still do it. But I really thought Raw, he was going to come out and be like, yo, Brock is washed. Look at what he did. He's garbage. And then he comes back and wants to fight him. They could still do all that.
I mean, they could do a situation where Cody drops the belt to Gunther, and Oba beats Brock, and then they do kind of like a backstage segment that he was like, Gunther just laughs at him. He's like, "Oh, you're supposed to be the beast. Looks like your time is over, old man," or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like, I took care of business. I set out and did everything I've been saying I'm gonna do. I'm the new, spoiler. And then Brock gets mad, and I think it's a perfect way.
I think they definitely have the opportunity, and Rand had said this before the first match, that the payoff is in having 3 matches. You bounce back and forth, then you have the big payoff. So now they can set this up that Brock wins in Italy, then they set it up, and Oba comes out and says, you were supposed to be gone. That was supposed to be your retirement. Now I'm going to make you retire. You had the chance to leave on your own. Now I'm going to force you to. And it's a retirement match in Minnesota, and he gets the send-off.
I like that. So Derek, is it that you don't like that Brock is back, or you don't like that he targeted Oba?
Let him go.
He said, "Is there an all of the above?"
Said, yes, yes is the answer. Yes.
Why do we?
Like, what if he would have came out and?
But that's always my thing. Is why is Brock here? Why do we need Brock? Like, literally, this past weekend, I've had like 2 clients that randomly like wrestling. I think Shane and me was in Discord when one of them was like, "Oh, you got a New Day shirt on." I got such and such shirt on too. Like, you know what I'm saying? We chopped it up about wrestling. I had a 60-year-old lady. I was doing her hair. About to be, what in the world?
Thunder, lightning.
Nah, they it's to wrap it up, B. Like,
I had a 60-year-old
your technology is Brock favorite.
Whatever.
They're like, nah, bro.
I'll
No hate.
turn it all down.
This is
It's hilarious. But we talk wrestling like the whole back end of her appointment. Like, one of the things she touched on is, you know, why are we bringing back the Bellas, but we're letting go of this young talent that we can be building up. You know, she was like, I don't understand why they brought back Paige, which Paige I disagree with a little bit. Bellas I agree with. Like, why do we need them? Why do we need Brock?
Can I answer this?
Right.
The Bellas had what a 10-year long reality show that people who didn't watch wrestling watched. So then they go, oh, those people are back. I'm going to watch them again. Same with Paige.
Like I said, I agree with Paige. I agree with Paige being back.
Right, but same with Paige. For she asked the question. Brock, for the question that you asked, is because he crosses over into UFC. When you cross over into UFC, you get those same bros that go, oh man, WrestleMania is in Vegas and they just dropped tickets by 25%. Let's go. You get those same guys going, oh man, Brock is back. He's gonna beat up this dude. Let's go.
Don't TKO own wrestling? They own WWE, they own UFC. So if that's the case, TKO, they own both of these companies. Let's go watch and see what they do over here like they do over there. We don't need Brock because we didn't need Brock before.
But Brock's not in UFC anymore. So those bros that are like,
everybody talks about how Roman was part-time this, Roman was part-time that. Oh, Roman got the belt and this, that, and the third. Brock did the same shit.
So this is where if I want to like create a narrative where I understand where management or the owners of TKO is coming back, I think there's a couple different reasons. I think the most prevalent, based on what we've seen financially in the last couple months, is I'm almost certain the Bellas, just like Paige, they're on a pay per appearance deal, which means there's X amount of dates. You get paid. Once those dates are gone, we'll reassess and reevaluate. And if it's convenient for us and it's profitable, we'll bring you back. I think that's what happened with AJ Lee. That's why she's gone for a while, and she might come back like SummerSlam towards the fall, whenever. You know what I mean? Versus the other talent is there for a year and they're locked in. And you got to think about the negotiations. Although it's done with good faith, WWE has now, under TKO umbrella, now they operate on a non-good faith, which means it's like, okay, your value was this time.
Yeah,
so
that's the opposite of good faith now. It's like, you're not really hot anymore. We're gonna avoid this.
Yeah, and it's where, since they're pushing, and this is what I was saying last time. I don't know if this was group chat only or when we did the special New Day episode, that I feel like if WWE wants to use this, you guys are what is it? What are wrestlers designated as?
Independent contractors.
Yeah, independent contractors, and we can void your contract. Then this opens up a real possibility of it going the other way, whereas a contracted talent could get money somewhere else. They could be like, hey man, I'm done here. Give me my 90 days or 30 days. I'm gonna go. I got something burning over here that I want to take care of. You know what I mean? To keep their name out there.
Yeah.
I also believe that one of the things that we're starting to see more, and we saw it right before TKO took over, was not just pay for appearance contracts, but limited engagement contracts. So they'd sign a contract for a year or 2 years, but that year wasn't for, hey, we want to get you at every single show throughout the year. It was, we signed you for the year and you only have to make 12 appearances. So we're going to make those 12 once a month, here, and here. Oh, wait, you have a movie that you're going to do for 2 months? Cool. That means that right before WrestleMania, we're going to do a big buildup and you're going to be on 3 shows in that month.
Yeah. And it's also like I feel like a lot of the veterans, somebody like a Randy Orton is on a dates deal, which means that you purchase my services for X amount of dates. It's up to you if you want to squander them, but then you on a different rate bucket. Like let's say Brock is contracted for 6 dates a year, which seems to be correct. If you get like your numbers go through the roof for my appearance, let's say last night, and I don't appear until Italy, then you're like, hey man, we got to bring you in for another date. Brock is going to be like, cool, the deal was originally 6. You got the payoff at the pay-per-view, and then we renegotiate. If you want me to squeeze in this last minute date, it's going to be 35 to 25% more than what my initial fee was because it's outside of the contract. You know what I mean? Whereas somebody like Randy Orton, let's say he has 12 dates on his schedule for 6 months. If his 12 dates are up, he'll just be like, later, because unless they want to pay him extra money, until the next year, until the date that they're like, all right, we get the next 12 dates, he doesn't need to come back. You know what I mean? And that's where I think is at. And I think that is very wise in terms if you're a veteran and you don't get somebody like a Carlito as an example that was stuck in WWE for 3 years doing nothing, because they should have given that man dates and he could have made a couple towns and a PLE and then been out doing whatever the hell he was doing and then come back. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. But, and also what I was trying, I pulled up something here that I had in my notes. Shawn Michaels is a firm believer that you as an NXT talent, you have 2 years, maybe 3 if you're special, to stand out. And this is from the moment you sign your deal, before you even hit TV on their end, when you start training. So if that's 3 years for developmental, I feel like you have a year to get over on the main roster. And after that, you become expendable. And you got to look at this not as a wrestling fan's eyes. And I think this is true for the other industry. That's why certain names get money on the indies more than others. You know what I mean? I think it's like what you're seeing in terms of your worth. You know, like right now, like I forgot who's Baron Corbin's real name. Tom, right? Notice Tom is not doing the indies anywhere because one or two things is happening. Either they're not offering him enough money, or they're like, he's really not going to push those numbers up for us where it makes sense. That's why AEW used him, what was it, in Ring of Honor, or they used him in a dark match or something, and he hasn't really come back since.
So, because he's not a needle mover.
Yeah.
Well, I've actually seen rumors. Funny you bring him up, that there are rumors that are swirling that he might be returning. And
why?
so
Because he has
why.
A built-in audience.
I think, but that's why, because once you start talking to the E again, you're not fielding those offers. You know what I mean? So for better or for worse, like once you start getting them back in those chats again, maybe you're not going to listen to an AEW or MLW, offer at this point. So there are rumors that he could be coming back. And I thought he was another guy who maybe got a raw deal, didn't necessarily get a full chance to get over and give us full potential. But it's interesting. I don't know. I don't want to talk too much business inside baseball, because none of us are really on the inside, but I can speak about what we see on the television.
Yeah.
And to me, it didn't surprise me to see him come back, because as LCE said, it's about eyes on the screen. It's about commentary afterwards. It's about where's the conversation going to go after that. And whenever Brock shows up, he moves the needle. You know what I mean?
And it's
so when you say, Derek, like we don't need him, I agree. Like business is going to be business, but it gets those spikes when guys like him show up. You know what I'm saying? Like the ESPNs, the USA Today's, anybody who cares about fighting will talk about this guy. So it will give them a quick shot in the arm. So it makes sense.
The viral engagement, getting the clicks.
Yeah, like whether it's good or bad, it does not matter. Like people can be pissed about this, but the fact that they're talking about it is enough. You know what I mean? I bet half the posts on the internet that have Brock Lesnar in them from the last 24 hours are probably like, why is he back? I'm so angry. I bet
That's because it's all been Derek.
I agree.
But you also got to think about, like, if we think about the business, not backstage. I'm talking about the business, like money. WWE is now in the advertising age. So if they're trying to, let's say, if they're trying to re-up for another year with Tropicana, and Tropicana was like, well, what can you entice? And then be like, well, Brock is going to be back for 3 pay-per-views. And if you put Tropicana on our ring while Brock is wrestling, I guarantee people are going to come back and buy your product more. You know what I mean?
You can't guarantee anything. So I hope they're not saying that, because that doesn't.
But you know what I mean? But it's like,
oh man, I want some Minute Maid. I saw Brock Lesnar. Now I want some Minute Maid.
But that's how it is. It's like, you know,
but yeah,
like,
it's about the most impressions, like the most eyes you're gonna see on a moment. So I get.
I don't know about you all, but I want to see a Brock commercial where he says, "Let's get the juice oos."
But think about this, like what's his name? Oh my God, Irish fighter for UFC got announced this weekend. I'm almost
McGregor.
certain. Yeah, I'm almost certain McGregor confirmed for that card that their advertisement or sponsors or people that they put on their shirts and everything, those fees went up 20%.
Oh,
Just
without
because-
a doubt.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, like
Yeah,
he's a
so
needle
it's
mover. Like, so yeah, I get it. And he and Brock is WWE's guy like that. So he is a needle mover. So that, I'm sure his popping up makes more advertisers spend money. Question is, did it have to happen now? Did it have to happen during this particular story? I think that to be fair, I think that the people were getting a little worried about what was happening with Oba anyway, because open challenge after open challenge, squashing people, squashing tag teams, squashing, like, do we really want 6 months of this? You know what I mean?
Walking to the back and picking up what's their tag team name? The Garzas. Los Garza. And carrying them out and just obliterating them absolutely ruins them. Like, what do they do now? Like,
oh yeah, you have destroyed them. I think, and that was poetic, because they destroyed a tag team when they clearly don't care about tag team wrestling.
I said exactly the same thing. I'm like, oh well, now we know.
That was a symbol. That was a message to every tag team back there.
Uncle Dave said that
we don't care.
Uncle Dave said that tag teams, WWE feel that they have enough hours to send them anywhere. And he said, Garza, don't worry about them, AAA. They're super mega stars in AAA. But it's like, bro, they left Mexico to become US.
Right. Like, this isn't what they signed with the WWE for, to go wrestle in Mexico. But remember, and I'm not knocking, because I actually am very happy with the direction of creative in AAA. So I'm not knocking it. But do you remember when they did the deal with AAA? The big thing was, and I think it was Triple H saying it, we're going to let them run and do what they do. Like, we're not going to like turn it into like WWE Mexico. It's basically WWE Mexico.
100%.
And they were like, we're just going to let it run. And I think maybe for whatever reason, they probably saw the Vikingo thing and was like, oh, this isn't working. We're like, we got to do something else. So maybe that's what led to like a lot of hands in the pot over there. But yeah, like originally the plan, I'm sure, was to just let it cook. And then they were like, oh, they don't even like their champ. I guess we better do something. You know,
I think both things could be true. I think they found an organic superstar outside of Dom with El Grande Americano. Like to the point that WWE is pushing it here and over there, because I think it's a full-blown reset. Like Mask versus Mask, Chad Gable finally comes back, and Chad Gable and his guys get to be themselves. And then I think it's El Grande is going to be a victim of his own success, because I think he just runs roughshod over there, and then they kind of just keep that over there once it's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is
all I know is that the run that Kaiser is having as El Grande is amazing. The stuff that he's been able to do, he's changed his entire wrestling style.
Yes.
Which is huge. Like that's hard to do.
Yeah. Talk
Bro,
about
it's
understanding
like
the assignment and taking it to the next level. Like this is what makes successful people, whether we, like the gimmick, whether it's weird, whether it's borderline
Like-
appropriation, I don't know. But like the fact is you get an assignment and you do it to the best of your ability. And I think that's what separates the good from the great.
Yeah.
I
Bro.
mean, you're given something and you're like, I'm about to make this great. And
And
that's
like-
what he did.
like think
What-
about it. It's like your boy I'm just saying your boy, but it's like Shane Helmsley, when they came to him
Mhm.
and they were like, hey man, we're gonna do the superhero thing for you. And it's like, oh, is this long term? It's like, we don't know. Like, go ahead and just take this mask and this cape.
Mhm.
Back then when it's like, oh man. And then he went from like a serious, like, high flyer luchador type guy to like, this is where I'm going, and he made it work.
Yeah, like that's
like-
sports entertainment. Like some people are going to have to entertain, and if you're not comfortable with that, if they give it to you, then you wind up right back in the back of the line.
Like,
So
look, like Glenn Jacobs. You think Glenn, after being on his fourth character, and they were like, I know you were just a fake Diesel, but we need you to be Undertaker's brother for a limited time. You think he knew that he was going to be on a generational run for himself, that was going to be literally what
Mhm.
saves his career? Probably not.
probably not. I mean, you never know. I mean, same with like Rikishi, all these people that have gimmick after gimmick, and then they find something that sticks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's about just kind of believing in it and just doing it to the best of your ability. So
I
I'm not
have
mad
to
at that.
just to reiterate how impressive it is. I have never seen in all the time that I've watched and been a fan and been on the inside to an extent. I've never seen anybody with the level of transformation that he has had, from the ability to speak a fourth language for him, and comes out singing in Spanish that the entire crowd sings right along with him.
Bro,
To-
and it's
Yeah.
it's
That's
not the
crazy.
language. He has the local vernacular
Yeah.
down. He
Yeah.
knows Mexican Spanish. And before people get their arms up, there's a difference. Every Latin American country has their own dialect. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely. And the way he's adopted that and the wrestling style change, I know Derek especially likes to give me crap about it, but I had the chance to train, and if they had said, hey, now do something different, I wouldn't have been able to do that. And
Mhm.
even when I was younger and had more athletic ability than I do now, I never would have been able to do that. And especially with the time that he's already put in to establish, hey, this is how I work,
Yeah.
and then to change that up almost on the fly is incredible.
Yeah, it's very, very impressive.
and
man.
then also the Americanos, they're no slouches either. They changed their ring style. And the fact that these two European guys, because I feel like Kaiser, he was already like, he's one of those individuals that knew other languages already. But like these two guys from the UK picked up Spanish and mannerisms with out of nowhere. Like this was kind of like, hey man, here you go. And then they probably looked at each other. It was like, oh yeah, our releases are coming soon. It's like, we're not gonna make this work. And then
Yeah.
they're chilling. Like, you know what I mean?
They
Like
did it.
But to pull Derek back in before we lose him,
Well, you know,
Derek, logically, not Derekly, logically,
Derek Lee.
how would you represent a big fan base in
Do
the
I?
WWE? You know that you come across in your travels and in my travels and in our fandom, you represent a large population of opinion regarding Brock Lesnar and the Oba situation. How would you, using WWE logic, navigate this without pissing you off even worse than you are right now?
Mm.
so you remember Karrion Kross?
Yeah.
Okay. You remember how he was on TV one day and then he wasn't?
Okay.
That sounds real good.
I knew exactly as soon as he said it where we were going.
That's how you want that, but WWE ain't gonna do that to Brock. But like,
So
how would they not lose you?
I'm here. Y'all haven't lost me. y'all know TLC. Everybody know TLC. You remember the when they did
Tables, ladders, and chairs matches.
when they did that's
Yeah.
good. When they did Creep, the music video Creep, how
Mhm.
like Left Eye wasn't really for like them talking about they was cheating, so she didn't say much. She was just there, and she was just doing her little.
Mm. Mhm.
That's because she burned down a house with her boyfriend cheated on her.
She had her own
She
issues.
burned down a mansion.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
man.
lost it when you were trying to use her as the cool, like,
Yeah, I don't
calm,
know.
collected one out of the group.
I ain't saying look. I'm not calm and collected. I hate it. I don't like it at all.
But like,
You know what I'm saying?
like, how do you?
But
how do
if you
want
got
this
the
to
book
play out?
and you're like, you know,
you got the cards, you got these, and
Like,
they're not gonna
remember,
get rid of him.
How would I
they
run?
sit, they sit in a big room. It's like 6-7 dudes around a table.
Okay, so straight up, no bullshit.
Like, how
I
won't
was
they
to-
lose you?
if
They
I
could
was
be
to-
like,
If I was to
you know-
run this and keep the fans happy that aren't happy right now that Brock's back, but still have the the WWE logic, right? What I do, if it's always 3 matches, Brock wins this one. Brock came in, demolished him. Same thing Oba did before WrestleMania, right?
Brock
Oba
jumped
ran-
him. That's not something Oba has done. Oba has beat his ass face
True.
to face.
Yes. Brock snuck up, and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. He caught him slipping, right? So, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Mhm.
we keep that going for this next we got another week before this pay-per-view, since we got
Bro.
3 pay-per-views back to back in 2
Hold
months.
up. Can we pause there?
Yeah.
I can't remember a time when they're like, oh, we have 2 pay-per-views like within like 7 days of each other. Like,
Yeah.
has this
But that's
happened
what tells
before?
me. That's what tells me this is not the overseas one is not serious. There's not going to be any title changes.
That means it wasn't serious either. Backlash wasn't serious.
No, I mean, I guess it kind of wasn't, but that tells me it's like we just kind of rushing through. But they're giving them a better card for this one.
And
But-
then,
Your money grab.
like, I think they got 3 weeks to turn around for Saudi, or am I wrong there? I don't know.
When they go overseas, I don't know.
When
Like
is the next Saudi show? Night of Champions, June 27th.
That is insane, bro. They got like 3 TVs.
And there's a Saturday night's main event between that, right?
No, that's in July, isn't that?
No,
The
this
Saturday Night Main Event is in May.
That's coming up pretty soon.
No, that's Saturday. That's Saturday.
This literally
that's
this
this
Saturday.
weekend.
yes.
It's this
Yeah.
weekend.
But that's like a house show. Like, let's be honest. Like, I think the one that's not serious that they don't. It's Saturday night's main event. Like, I felt like they
On-
forgot to plug people. Did you guys get that sense yesterday?
Yeah, I feel like they kind of shoehorned a thing in. I forgot about it until Becky Lynch said it. And she was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we can have a match at Saturday night's main event, but it's not for the title." So clearly, Ruka wins, and then they get a title match at the pay-per-view. That's what I'm guessing. How that
At
goes.
Night of Champions.
Have a title shot at Saturday Night Main Event.
No, it's not a title shot,
It's just
but
Because
a match.
WWE don't care.
they don't care. All they got to do is put matches on the show. It don't matter who's in it and what's
Like,
online.
if somebody came out and leaked documents that in order for WWE to get out of their Peacock deal, they just rolled over all their dates to Saturday night's main event at Peacock's mercy. Like, whenever Peacock's wanted, I'll believe it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
WWE got out of that deal so clear.
Yeah,
Like,
and they like barely talked about it. So they're like, "Yeah, I guess that's a thing that's happening. Okay, we'll give you a match, but it's not going to be a title match." Like,
bro, there's so many like I felt like they were gonna do the Usos versus Jacob and another partner, but like, I don't know, man. I'm starting to believe that WWE, at least TKO, is listening to the Instagram impressions. They were like, oh, so or like at least the podcasters, when they're like, oh, Roman's not gonna be back. He's gone. And then Roman's like, not only am I back, but I'm also doing an overseas show for the belt that there's already a title shot on. Like, it's like, it's like that famous LeBron thing. Who's like, here's another one for you. Like,
so it looks like you got 4 matches. We got Lynch and Ruka We got the Vision and Street Profits, Ethan Page and Penta, and I think a women's tag match.
Yeah, for the tag team titles.
Women's
I
tag
think
title match.
the only one that actually has a change there, honestly, would be the men's tag team belts.
No, I think they're teasing. I think they're going to tease a breakup a little bit, and they're going to mess each other up with Street Profits. They're going to be
I
on
don't
the wrong
want to see
page.
that, but I
I don't want to see it, but they've teased this before and not paid it off. So I feel like they could pull off a little they weren't on the same page thing and they could lose. But maybe even if they don't break them up. But I do think the women's title could change hands, the women's tag titles.
Does that mean that WWE is kind of like, this experiment ain't working? Or it could be that Nikki Bella is back and then
just get the Bellas out of here. I think that's what it is. It's like, thanks, y'all. Like, we don't need to put y'all on TV every day, but we'll come back and find you.
I think Nikki has to come back for Paige to be like, all right, later. Let me go do my own thing now, please.
Yeah, I think they should get Paige into singles stuff, and they have to get the belt off her to do that. So I can see that. Paige versus Penta is straight rampage.
It is.
I could have sworn I've seen that match on TBS at some point.
It is for the mid-card title, and the only difference is both wrestlers are in better shape than they were when they were on AEW TV.
You know,
can we jump back to the Becky Soul segment for a minute? Because when they had that, and Sol Ruca interrupted Becky when she was doing it's not just me saying it, Sports Illustrated saying it, and then Sol Ruca goes, oh, here we go again, and Becky goes, here we do go again, and now you interrupt me, and I have to start over.
Yeah, that was good. She's nailing this Trump thing like to a T,
bro. And it's like she does it subtly.
But that was weird because like she's even getting like the mannerisms, the voice, everything. Like, oh, it's not just everybody said ask Bleacher Report. But that was weird because here we are face to face, and she says, oh, you need to get out of here. Oh, yeah, I am gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go to the ring. And now I'm gonna call you to the ring so we can do the same thing we just did back there. Like, that was kind of silly. Like, what are we doing? That part was a little awkward to me.
I think the most awkward situation in WWE right now, and this used to be the gingerbread man situation, is now the Seth problem. I honestly don't know where they're going with this storyline anymore.
Like, they don't know where they're going.
I don't think they know either.
Like, it's at this point, like, this is like, remember when Drew and what's it called? Dolph used to jump everybody on every Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
And then they'll face him like 19 times. I feel like this is what they're doing with Seth. It's like, we're going to tease you versus Braun Breaker, but nope. Guess what? You're facing Austin Theory for what seems the 900th time yet again. And then
he just did fight Braun, right? Like, so yeah, but I guess they didn't solve anything. So they're just gonna fight forever.
I do like the whole nobody likes you. We want to see you lose. But it's like there's nobody out there. I don't see anybody coming back. So it's kind of like it really is they're leaving Seth as a character out to dry. Because it's like he's not gonna win. Like, bro, if Seth is getting paid $1 for every time he got speared by Braun Breaker in the last 60 days, he'll be the richest man in the world right now.
Yeah, pretty much. I think his job is just to make Braun look like $1 million for right now. Somebody said, I don't know, maybe it was Bully. I would hate to give Bully credit for a good idea, but somebody said like 2 years from now, main event of Mania is Braun Breaker versus Obafemi. What do you think?
I like it on Obafemi's side that I agree with that, but Braun, unless his whole thing is I am a white guy that just drinks a lot of Red Bull and barks.
We're going to need some story from both of them. Actually, I think we need a little bit of character.
I know. I think Oba, they kind of already gave us like Braun, like, bro, it's
just a hype dude. I mean, you could have done this with Mojo Rawley. I mean,
he's an angry Mojo Rawley.
Braun right now is angry Mojo Rawley. Oba has an aura to him. He gets on the mic and talks eloquently, and Braun just gets on there and red face yell, scream.
I'm so mad.
Do you like Braun? Like, I felt like
I like him. I like his potential. I like his move set. I like his ability. He's got a great look too. I think with Brock didn't have, anything. He just had pure power and a mouthpiece. So I think with a mouthpiece, it's fine, but there's not enough to get behind. I mean, the crowd, they bark along with him, but I don't know. I don't know what else we can really pull out of that.
We've seen this guy before. We've seen this guy before, bro.
All right. So what does he do? Does he go Scott Steiner? He's got to be holler if you hear me, my freaks and my peaks.
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know what to do with him.
But you're right though. Like Scott Steiner, what separated Scott Steiner from Rick and from the Steiners and that just big musclehead mad guy was him just finding something else. So
and Brock too. Does anybody remember when Brock used to talk shit on SmackDown to people? Like
vaguely, I don't remember him talking about Hogan.
The one-legged dude. He would have these backstage segments where he'll beat him down and just talk shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like once he was comfortable with himself, but I feel like Braun is not comfortable. Every time he grabs the mic on Raw, he gives me Cash Patel vibes. He's just like, like, bro.
Yeah, he's gotta calm down a bit. Yeah. He's gonna have a stroke by the time he's 40. Seriously, like the hypeness is, but that becomes his thing. Like, I don't know, man. I don't want to be unfair because there have been some guys who have been mega stars in this business who have had the personality of this pocketbook. So
I don't know, man. Like
Goldberg, anybody? Like,
yes, but that's
Goldberg
why
speared
Braun
you and rolled out.
Tired. They did it with Goldberg. They try to do it with who's the guy? Feed me more. Like literally, it's copy and paste, bro.
But I think that there's always a place for that in wrestling. The big intense guy who just kicks butt and leaves. You know what I mean?
Do you like Braun? Like, do you enjoy his matches? Like, was there a run ever?
His match, I like them in NXT.
I like it when he was with Baron Corbin. That's the fun because Baron Corbin was a straight man to Baron Corbin's comedic heel.
Yeah,
right.
But like,
so yeah, he needs a foil that's not so serious.
And those two played so well together because when Braun would go like full, I'm insane, Baron would be like, yo, calm down. So where he played the straight man to, the more comedy, it also flipped and he was a straight man to the too much intensity as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe he needs that. He needs a bit of a straight man foil to be like, yo, chill out, man. Like, and maybe that could be Logan Paul at some point.
And
like,
I was actually getting ready to say, I think he and Logan Paul could do that really, really well. Where, Logan gets the, you know what, I'm gonna call all my people. I'm gonna get ISO Speed back in here. We're gonna kick his butt and blah blah blah. And then Braun would be like, dude, chill out. You don't need to do all that. And then when Braun starts to freak out, Paul could be like, yo, have a prime, settle down.
I think that they stacked their weaknesses in that group.
Yeah, they did.
Like Austin Theory suffers from the same thing that Braun does, lack of character.
Yeah,
both are great, look great on TV, but both are kind of like, we are generic white guys that are very fit.
Yeah,
like, and then you could tell like Logan Paul just sits back, like, bro, like some of their funnier moments backstage was when Logan Paul was doing the work. He was eating the scenery. Like when he was like, Paul, I want to do this, and then kind of like Braun will look at him, and then he's like, but you know what? I'll default back to the group. But Logan Paul had stopped doing that in like months.
Right.
Yeah, I think I said it one of the last few episodes we were on. Like, I feel like I appreciate Logan showing up every day and not being the centerpiece of a lot of scenes, but he's kind of a huge personality, and I think he kind of needs to kind of step up a little bit. But I think this is more like the due paying phase. You know what I'm saying? Where you just got to be the cat out in the outside of the ring, getting the crowd hype, cheating occasionally. You know what I mean? Playing the background. You got to learn those little things that make you a great superstar. But like, he's already a mega star. So like it's kind of tough because like he could steal any seat he's in.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't have anybody to replace Seth. They need somebody that oozes the character. Now it's just 3 dudes. And then what's crazy is Paul Heyman is only with them backstage now.
Yeah, that's
Like-
interesting.
Well, because if he's not backstage with them only, he's going to be on the show 75% of the show.
Yeah, I think he realized that like, yo, I'm on like every segment of the show, so I need to not be out here.
He's going to be out there for Brock. He's going to be out there for Vision. He's going to be out there for Roman
I
Reigns. Is going to call him back out.
Am I insane that you insert? You know what I think will be the perfect fix for that group, and it'll be like, remember how you posted recently on Facebook about the 3 dragons, like 2 are serious and 1 goofy,
Yeah.
bro? You put a Miz or Kit Wilson in that group,
Mm.
and it'll totally like it's kind of like when R-Truth.
Then it's the
joined
Judgment Day. Yeah, like then it's the Judgment Day.
That's all the division is the Judgment Day without as big people and a manager.
No, they're less interesting Judgment Day.
I mean, yeah, like I said,
Pretty much.
the stars aren't as big in the vision as Judgment Day was. They had Rhea Ripley,
And who else?
Paul.
Damian Priest is he a huge star? I mean, I don't know.
Hey, look, he won Money in the Bank and won the world title at WrestleMania.
He was a top
I think
star.
he was
during
at the
that
heyday of Judgment Day. Yes,
Yes,
he was the
but-
guy.
But look at it, it's copy and paste.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Edge started Judgment Day by himself and recruited these people.
Finn started Judgment Day.
No, it was Edge.
Now I don't
It was
remember.
Edge. It was Edge, Rhea, and Damian. That's how it started.
Edge started it, and then
To
pulled-
feud with Finn,
Yeah,
ironically. And then when Finn turned,
Mhm.
then
They
they
turned-
all turned on Edge,
Edge.
which was like a Uno reverse. It's
That's
like
right,
you
that's right, that's
recruited
right.
me, but in the time you recruited me, I turned the whole group against you.
Literally
Yeah.
everyone that the original Judgment Day beef with, outside of AJ Styles, joined the Judgment Day
Yeah, Liv.
because it was Liv
Yeah,
and AJ, and they
No,
was
that's
all
true.
through Sweden and everything in the ring when they was jumping them. But that's
Oh,
all
yeah.
it is. They kicked out
Okay.
one of the most valuable members, which was the leader.
Yep.
But with the Vision, it just ain't hidden like the Judgment Day was hidden because they had
Yeah.
Like, do you
Because they
think,
sure from a lack of vision.
They have a lack
lack-
of
do
vision.
you think
I mean, they keep getting hurt, so that don't
That definitely doesn't help.
Mhm.
and I feel like yo, like it's my obligatory Bronson Reed appreciation. I feel like with him gone, they lost a little bit of the seasoning.
Well, he was able to play that like
Yeah.
completely I'm angry big guy.
Yeah,
I don't talk, just send me in there to destroy. And then they kind of had to shift that over to Braun a little bit. And Braun, because there was a point that they were leading to Braun kind of being that little bit of a comedic figure where they were leaning into his intensity being too intense. And all of them were like, yo, settle down. He's like, I just got to go. They're like, chill out. We'll get you there.
and then like I don't know if you guys remember, but they did tease where the Bronze were at odds, and kind of like Braun Breaker chilled out when he kind of like, what are you gonna do? Like they had a confrontation and they both looked at each other, and then Braun goes, "It's all good, man." Like he like touched like Bronson Reed's shoulders, like misunderstanding. We got
He
this.
stepped back. He like
Mhm.
looked at him and went, ooh, like I can't piss him off. He's the monster.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
you know, I like that. Now it's like bro, it's like it reminds me like the 80s movies where the bully has 2 lackeys. That's what I
Mm.
feel like Logan
That's-
Paul.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
except Logan Paul low key is getting bigger than Braun Breaker. Like I don't know what HGH he's on, but this
Yo, he's
man
huge, bro. He is.
he's
huge.
like this. like
Yeah,
one of
he's
those
huge.
like old school Randy Orton physiques where it looks like he has his arms up, but no, his traps are so big that his arms just sit.
Well, that's
yeah.
what happens when you have a ton of money and your job is to look good and you're young.
Mhm. Yeah, no, true. So speaking of the Judgment Day, I was just looking through the history of the Judgment Day. So after the Judgment Day kicked out Edge, the group, it just says it on their Wikipedia, the group shifted away from hinting at supernatural traits, but retained its goth aesthetic, adopting a more grounded gimmick that could be described as a gang of goth bullies. That's basically the Judgment Day.
Which I think there's an interview out there where Edge talks about how they were kind of forcing that supernatural angle, and he was like, "No, that's not what this is supposed to be. Like, I don't want another brood. I want, you know, a group."
Credit to Adam Copeland. He literally said that's why I wanted to leave the group.
Yep.
Because he was just like he basically. I think I don't know if it was direct quote. He was kind of like, "Hey man, like I think the next episode they're gonna have me like shoot lightning and shit, like like we don't want to go down these roads."
They did like a teleportation and a lightning strike, didn't they?
Yeah, and
I
it
feel
was
like they did
nah,
that, yeah.
fam.
And he's like, we got to stop this.
And he was the one that was like, "Hey, I don't want to go with this direction." And I think they continued it like maybe a week with Finn, and then just scrapped the whole thing and continued forward with the Judgment Day.
What I do like about it, I like that they've adopted and they've stuck with the no leaders policy. Like I do like that about Judgment Day, because every faction has always had the head, you know. So I like that.
Which I believe will. I think the Judgment Day, and I know they teased breaking up multiple times. I think that you can make that faction like ever living. You know what I mean? Based on that, because once somebody thinks I am, you know, I'm Michael, you're Tito, that's when you're like, all right, fam,
gotta go.
And that's what they did.
But that also means you can't ever have a world champion in the group. Not
well, yeah, and that's what they did to Damian when he was world champ. They did it to Rhea when she was world champ.
You use it to push somebody up, you know.
Yeah,
and they didn't do it with Liv, which was interesting.
I think she's the next one to go.
I thought they were gonna. I really thought they were gonna give Raquel the other belt and then start like a little thing where they'd be like,
I think they can still do it.
I'm the, you know,
because Liv barks at everybody. You know what I mean? She's giving like a drug dealer villain in a movie when they talk and everybody's kind of like, wait, are they gonna turn on me today? Like when she was talking to Roxanne, and he was like, yeah, you know, I'm happy. I like you now. And then you saw Roxanne relax after that. Like, you know, she was kind of this like happened like 2 weeks ago. She was like, wait, what? Like, I thought we were all cool. What's happening now? Type of deal.
And Liv has done a really, really good job of playing that, you know, big sister, mean girls character towards Roxanne and being like, you have to follow the rules. You know what happens if you don't. And like, I'm not threatening you, but I'm threatening you.
Right. Can somebody here please explain what tribal combat is and why we should care?
I think it's a no holds barred, like street fight type, and then the winner gets the what I know it's a ulafala, but ufafalafa,
ufalafel, which is I've been calling it a ufalafel for 2 years.
LA Knight finally made me laugh. This is the first time in months that I've been like, all right.
He popped Jay too.
Jay spent like 3/4 of the segment like this.
Right. Yeah, he got Jay too.
Did you like that segment, Derek? Did you pay attention to it?
Trying to bring me in, huh? I appreciate you for that.
Mm-hmm.
The segment was good. That segment was that's all I got.
What? I mean, that's what I'll be like, yo, tribal combat. Yeah. What are we using? Spears? Like what? Like this is what I mean, Ren. I don't know.
Don't get canceled.
Is that offensive? I'm sorry.
No, it was he's replying to the comment.
No, but like the loser gets put on a spit and rotated, like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like
they had it twice. It's basically what they did with Solo at the Raw premiere. and what they did with Jey Uso. It's a final confrontation to
A wrestling
determine
match. It's a wrestling match.
who's the leader and the head of the
The loser has to acknowledge the other, right?
It's
Correct.
a no DQ elimination.
Yeah.
So everybody can just jump in. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I would love to hear around the room. Do you think we get a surprise there? Because I don't even think, but it didn't say it's for the world title, but maybe it is. But do you think we get a surprise additional Samoan that maybe comes out and helps?
I think you get a shift. I think somebody from SmackDown might come over. Or I think Solo comes in. I don't know. I feel like bringing in another individual that's a free agent kind of is like, come on, guys. Like, you know, you had.
Why are we not just saying this man's name? We all
Zilla?
We can't say his name. He appears. No.
Are we? Is he Joe Hendry now?
We say his name, he might appear.
No, I don't know, man. Like I love Zilla. Zilla's a hell of a talent, but I feel like the Solo route will probably be the best. Remember when Solo spent like 18 months in NXT?
Where are the women Samoans? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
There's a set of twin tag team women
still on payroll.
Where's Tamina? Where's Naya?
Tamina's retired.
She look it up because I believe
she's retired. She had to retire because of her back, but they have the actual Samoan twin sisters that were in NWA that are available. That I think their contract expired. I think they're still doing the indies. I forgot their names, but they're actually really good.
Yeah. So you don't think we get another Samoan for that match?
No, because you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen if we get you're probably 85% correct that this might happen because think of all the factors are in play. It's an international show. It's after Mania. Roman Reigns is involved. They might need another Samoan. So you know what they're gonna bring back.
Don't say it.
I'm gonna say it. The Masked Man. There's gonna be a masked man, whether it's a new Samoan or old Samoan.
Get the hoodie ready. It's time for another masked man.
I'm sure the costume team, the gear team in the back probably has them at the ready. Like how me and you or all of us have like paper towels, they have masks and hoodies readily available at all times in every size.
Man.
Hey guys, we're gonna need 17 black hoodies for tomorrow.
So hear me out real quick.
Oh god.
We talked about Tamina, right?
Yeah.
Tamina is still under active superstar.
Tamina's
not in
me.
Well, no, she's still with the company. She's like what's his name? The Mexican dude that faced Evil. Oh my god.
We need to just have you with a list of every wrestler somewhere on the side when we do a pod, so you can just be like that guy with all the pictures. I think, yeah, she's active, but not. You know what I mean? She's not active.
She's like Lince Dorado. Like Lince is a player coach in NXT right now.
What does Shane McMahon do for the company?
I don't know.
Why
he's on there too? He's on active.
Spins off
on current WWE superstar.
Wow, that's interesting. I guess
according to the internets, Tamina was removed from WWE's active roster in July 2024, but is still signed to the company.
Yeah, she works in Orlando. I think she either works for NXT or the PC or something. I know she has a backstage role. But like, bro, like Tamina used to have to like go through intense rehab for her back to get like a 3-match run.
Yeah.
Like she literally at her young age, what is she, like 44? She had like Hogan's back, like Andre the Giant back. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I saw a picture of her like hanging out. You know how the boys hang out like after matches at a restaurant or something? She had the full sling, like the like, hey, you all right? He's like, well, you know, I had to do a run in today, so I got to make sure I ice it.
Yeah.
I put the rub on and I keep
So,
it straight.
yeah,
For the next
that's just,
48 hours.
that's just some respect. They keep her around. She's a player coach type role.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
active.
see her lacing up unless unless they're like TKO is like, hey, we need 30 women, but we need a surprise, but we ain't signing nobody. That's when you get the Taminas, the Booker T's surprise entrance at Royal Rumbles.
Right. So also, what else happened on Raw? I thought that the Finn and JD match was really, really good.
It's good.
I don't really know where they're going. I think this just keeps on going. I think Finn got to move on. I would love to see him get a Roman Reigns title shot or something like that. I think that'd be cool.
So
But-
running back,
Yeah,
gonna break again.
let him get a run back. I mean, he deserves it.
No, you don't.
No,
No run back either. Nobody
no.
get no run back.
Yeah, that's true.
I think
Nah.
Oh, hell, he didn't get no run back.
I think him
Everybody
and
don't get
Dom,
it. It's been like 10 years. Let him get a run back.
The only
Yeah, it's been a decade.
Yo, it's been 10 years.
Bobby, the only one who got a run back.
And he lost, right?
No, he won. He's 2 times.
Oh, he won the run back. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, come on, 10 years, you should be able to get a run back.
Anywho,
I don't know. I think we're in a position right now, at least for me. I'm not going to talk for the group, that we don't know what's going to happen in the next couple months. The way creative is, the way TKO is weird. It feels like, oh man, we might just not have, like, we don't know what's going to happen in the next few months. At least that's how it feels to me.
Well, I think the jump to that over the next few months is this Saturday night main event, and I pulled up that event card, and we've got tag team championship match with Logan Paul and Austin Theory against the Street Profits.
okay, so it is a title match.
It is a title match for the tag team.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I
Yep.
thought.
And
Yeah.
then WWE women's tag team, you've got Paige and Brie versus Irresistible Forces. So Last Legend and Nia Jax. And apparently they're jumping to Raw and leaving SmackDown is
Oh,
Irresistible Forces, Lash and Nia.
Mm.
I mean, if they win the titles, then they can be wherever.
Right.
Mhm.
Then we've got the non-title Intercontinental with Becky and Sol Ruca. And then the 6-woman tag with Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa versus Jade, Meechin, and B-Fab.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and one that I left off. Sorry, Marcos. Intercontinental match, Penta versus Ethan Page.
I think
Yeah.
Penta's in real danger of dropping that belt to him.
I think so too. Because he doesn't really need it. His aura is there.
And then I think because I'm trying to remember when is the date. I think it's time for him and Phoenix to start promoting the Triple Mania, their back together match.
Oh, that's supposed to happen soon.
And a tag team.
Yeah, I think that's where the AAA
He's getting buried
Mania. That's when they get back together.
because WWE don't care about tag teams. So
Yes. Did you also see, speaking of which, now we get to talk about Ray Phoenix because it's been a long time. Ray saw a post or a tweet or something from Penta being like, I'll take on all comers for this belt. And Phoenix responded like, respectfully, brother, like, I want a turn kind of thing. And I
think the internet overreacted over that. Like,
now they're like, oh, he's complaining. Look at him complaining again.
Bro, like, what Culture Wrestling was like, he's complaining something's going on with Ray Phoenix. Like, you know how like they put it in the thumbnail? It's like, what?
Well,
the guy said in character, I want to challenge you soon.
Yeah, like, isn't that what a challenger is supposed to say? Like,
he didn't go on a rant like, I really hate my position here, or he didn't retweet an AEW post. Like, it's like, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about moving in on that, 2 months ago, Ray Phoenix was interviewed, and they were like, what's up with the Lucha Bros reunion?" And he was like, "Oh, it's gonna happen. Believe me, they'll be ready for it. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be the right moment. The whole world is waiting for the Lucha Brothers to come back." Someone responded, "Not so sure about that, bro. Penta's a clear star at this point, and Phoenix has been, I won't say forgotten, but just given a little less since he's been there." So I know you are waiting for this match, but is the world waiting for the Lucha Bros? Marco.
I think just like the world was like, is Penta gonna make it here? I think once they get in the ring, it's like Fast and the Furious. Like, don't let them get to their car. Once they get to their car, it's a wrap.
Which
Like-
Lucha Bros and Fraxium would be amazing.
It would cook. But see, they have to care about tag team wrestling. They don't.
Right. That's the problem, because then the other things that I want to see, I don't know, Lucha Brothers and the New Day.
Hey, who? We don't speak on this.
What do you think, though? Do you think though?
Then you have to take your poster down.
And Kofi. Okay.
Poster.
Oh, you want me? You said I
You
got
have to take that down if that's the case.
how big and empty space that'll be.
Well, put some. You got some belts that could go right down there.
I think honestly, I think it's a situation that the way, and I can't believe I'm saying this sentence ever in the history of my life. The way Taker is booking AAA, fuck, that's a weird sentence.
Yeah.
Like the way he's booking AAA, I think you let them run roughshod there. I think the interest will come back, because like people are discovering Vikingo over there. Like I heard some little kid like, "I like Vikingo," like recently, and I was like, "What do you know about Vikingo?" Like one of my little cousins. Now it was like, "Oh, he's on AAA," and I was just like, "Huh?" Like,
Yeah,
like-
I think so. That's what somebody was saying. Like once they get put together, people will then see them together and be like, "Oh wow," and they'll see Phoenix and be like, "Yo, this dude's nice." So there's been a lot of speculation about why they only Penta didn't get a singles run in AEW. Apparently, he didn't want a singles run in AEW. He wanted tag stuff. And here we are. And now I think maybe there could be some worry like, oh, if we stick them back together, now he can't get away from it again. You know what I mean? But I think Drizzon's right, though. I think that Penta's already got aura and star power through the roof, that even if, back to our original point, even if he loses the title to Ethan Page, I think it doesn't take too much away from him. And I saw Ethan Page during Raw, and I was like, he looks like a champion, bro. Like I was like, yo, he looks like a champion.
He's impressed me a lot. I didn't see him a whole lot in AEW. I mean,
no, he's always been good. They just never gave him a chance, dude. Like he's always been good.
Like people had talked about him in Go ahead, Marco. Sorry.
I'm sorry. He started as a tag team guy with the Walking Weapon. They were the North. You know what I mean? Like he was a tag team dude, Team Canada. And he like willed himself to be the star that he is today.
And
I had
heard
one
a lot of
chance in AEW. He was there for like 3-4 years. Yeah, one moment. I think it was when MJF won the title, and they had a random ass Dynamite in Canada, and he's like, he just comes out, cuts the promo of his life, and then has a fire match with MJF. And I was like, where has this been for like 5 years? Like, it was crazy. I was like, what? Y'all been just sitting on this? Like, I could not understand the whole Ethan.
And
Page
I had
thing.
heard people talk about like Ethan Page can work, he can go. And then I'm watching, I'm like, I just don't see it. And as soon as he came into NXT, it was like the light switched for me, not for him. And I saw it. I'm like, okay, I see what people were talking about before. I definitely didn't see it prior to this. And I wondered if it was just like that you know, the new car shine, but no, he's still got it going on right now.
No,
so.
seriously, like even on Raw, like he looks like he belongs. And I was like, man, this dude looks like a champ. So I would not be mad. I mean, I love Penta, and I don't think he loses anything losing that title. But yeah, I think Ethan Page looks like an Intercontinental champion, like 100%.
I think the way you book Phoenix is you have him. You have if they have a different plan for El Grande Americano, you have Fenix take the belt or be part of the program of the eventual Dom Grande title program, and that's how you build them back. And then you have your Corey's talking about him being a major star, or explaining away like, I know we haven't seen him in a couple months. It's because he's been grinding it out at AAA. He had to go back to his roots type deal. You know what I mean? Like, I think Fenix is in a tough spot because I guess whatever booking they were like, yo, we're gonna put you in a tag team, and both tag teams that they put him in, either the person gets hurt or they leave, and it's kind of like, oh, like you know what I mean? Like, if your career or your stories depend on you being on a team with somebody else, and that doesn't happen,
yeah, not great.
Yeah,
no, I feel you.
Like, I love him. I remember PWG. And all these wrestling lists and all this stuff, PWI and all these wrestling lists had him slotted higher than Penta when he won the TNA title.
Fenix?
In like 2017, 2018.
I mean, there was a time where, yeah, even in AEW, like where we were like, oh, like maybe Fenix is the guy. And then he got hurt. You know what I mean? So like like they still have some of the best tag team matches I've ever watched. He's stuff with the Young Bucks, stuff with LAX. Like, they've had some incredible matches. So seeing them together would be a lot of fun.
I think the WWE does not have the same track record as a AEW. Like, AEW has the heavy, at a certain point they had every heavy hitting Mexican star. And then they got like, yo, they still have like the most complete version of the Ingobernables. And ask me, has Andrade shared the screen with Rush in the last 5 years?
No, for whatever reason, they just won't do it.
And these are guys that are in their prime and work really well together. They're both young, athletic,
but
oversized Mexican dudes.
But let's also not assume that it's creative not wanting to put them together. We would agree that most talent in AEW probably has a little more freedom to suggest than in WWE. And you feel like Andrade and Rush didn't ever come to TK and be like, hey, like, can we do something together? Like, maybe it hasn't happened. Maybe they're just like, nah, I want to shine on my own.
But these guys are like, they are as I don't know if they're related, but they're as close as Eddie and Ray were. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know they traveled together. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just weird that, yo, like, on a random Dynamite or what is the Rampage, and they haven't had, like, the way AEW's booking is like, we want to give you, like, bro, give us a tag team match or have them face each other and kind of like give us a wink wink nudge nudge, like, hasn't happened, like, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, as much as you say like, oh man, I feel so bad for Dragon Lee. Think about if he would have still been in AEW, he would have had as much TV time as his older, more talented brother, Rush, which is nothing.
None. Yeah, basically. I was reading Bleacher Report's review of Raw because I watched probably 80% of the show, but I was just clicking in on some stuff. They mentioned they gave an MVP of the show. And they said that the MVP of the show this week was LA Knight. And I thought that was interesting because we didn't really talk about him much, but his points, the points they made are really good. Like, his moments were important. The fact that he calls out the Usos for getting back with Roman, calls out Seth for his past stuff. So adding logic to the show was the goal of LA Knight, which I really appreciate. as a guy who really does like logic. This dude had less than 3 minutes on the whole show, but yet he made the most sense on the show. So I just wanted to point that out.
Like that, I like this character. That if you use him for a couple weeks like that, and then introduce him in a logical feud, he could get some of the sauce that he didn't have anymore. Because I literally, when he saw Seth, I thought he was gonna end their backstage segment like, "Brother, I don't like you, you don't like me, but we both hate the Vision.
Yeah,
And if you need me, I'll be there tonight." Like
that seemed predictable, but it didn't happen. Yeah, like I thought they were gonna do that. It's best friends, better enemies. You know, like we'll team up.
And
But-
to steal
Like, if
a
you
Michael
think
Cole
about it-
line,
Mhm.
the rumors of the LA Knight demise were greatly exaggerated.
Yeah. He needed to show up. Like honestly, if he didn't, there would have been a lot of questions.
A whole
Like-
lot.
What
Yeah.
I laughed at, and maybe y'all could chime in, including Derek, is when he was leaving the arena with his suitcase. I was like, "Why did you bring a suitcase, fam? You did not wrestle." Like,
Everybody gotta bring their gear. You gotta stay ready.
like I thought it was gonna be like, "All right, well, yeah, like it'll be cool if like in the next couple weeks it's like, all right, you ain't got nothing for me. I'm just gonna roll out and just not carry a suitcase." Like, you know what I mean? Like, just go. Or like have a backstage segment, like we need somebody to face, and then they pan to him, and he's like, "I didn't bring my shit anyway," and he keeps on talking to whoever he's talking to.
No, man.
But,
But
like-
all the boys bring their gear. Like you can't go nowhere without your gear. Like that is
Yeah,
rule
but
number one.
I can say outside of the time when he was hot as fish grease, like 2 summers ago, I really enjoyed him on Raw yesterday. I feel like, and again, it might be just coincidental. Like they backed himself, like, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day. I felt like they were intentional of giving people days off and not having them in the show. EO was off the show because they kind of want to like decide, I guess, where they're going with her. You didn't have Javon Evans have another supplemental tag team match that makes no sense. That he doesn't move up a card and doesn't move down the card. It's kind of like he was just there wrestling. Dragon
Yeah.
Lee, I feel like I think he's in AAA.
Wait,
I
can
do-
I? Sorry to cut you off. I know I didn't see the whole show. Did Javon Evans not show up? Was he not on Raw?
He was not on Raw, neither was Rusev.
Do you know? That's crazy because Raw took place in like his hometown.
He
That's-
probably was there for meet and greets and media appearances.
That's
Derek
very-
promised to book him on the show and forgot.
You know, he asked, and I was like, "Dang, man, did it?" And
sorry,
Like
bro.
you wasn't on Raw, baby.
Meanwhile, last week in Trick's hometown, or when he went to college, Trick gets a hero's welcome, and like I don't understand that. I don't
Just
get
to
it.
come out with cocky.
I don't get that because like Trick got the huge hometown, entrance, which almost never happens.
I mean, Trick
And
champion. That's the difference, right?
yeah, I guess I get it. Javon has started first. I don't think his match was done live.
No, he
Oh,
was
okay.
on.
So he
was
did a
on,
dark match.
He was on main event. He opened up the show on main
Okay.
event and got the home crowd pop.
Okay, so he had a moment. Okay, good.
He had a moment, not on TV.
Not on TV. A 3-hour show. He couldn't give Javon his moment. Okay.
It was the pre-show. I think he beat Rusev clean.
Oh, he did an IG story telling us to get there at a certain time to see him wrestle. So he technically did. Okay. So
Sorry,
he
it's
had a
Harlan
moment.
Lewis, a guy that's like 3 times his size from NXT that he beat clean, which is cool.
Okay. So they gave him a main event match. Okay. Oh, that's cool.
I mean, it's not like it could have been worse. They could have, man. I think hometown is always iffy because they could have had him come out, start a program, and then 50-50 booking, baby.
I mean, that's
didn't-
very possible.
Right? They have Bianca come out all the time and talk.
Yeah. I mean, he's young.
I didn't
He's
watch
gonna-
it.
He's going to get more
I
of
didn't
those
watch
moments.
it on Netflix, like on the VPN feed. So maybe he came out the between matches and was like,
Oh, he could have got the New Day spot.
Gotta give it to somebody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it could be.
I
you
laughed
know,
to keep from crying.
I don't know. Like, he's also
yeah.
22?
I mean, yeah, he's young. I did say that. Like he'll have many more of these moments.
Yeah,
But
and you
like,
got to think about like how many weeks straight did he wrestle? Like towards the stretch, like he wrestled like 14 weeks straight, and it was like, oh man, they're really gonna push this young man. Like you're gonna burn his wheels out. Like you know what I mean?
yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
Like, so anything you guys want to bring up or anything other like I'm kind of interested in the Gunther Cody feud. I feel like it's heavily favored that Cody's going to drop the belt because that's anytime he faces the evil and now he's an evil foreigner and challenging him in a country that might be behind Gunther. I think
yeah.
Cody drops it. Have him chase during the summer.
Oh, you think he drops it?
This career killer was to keep him away from the title. So now we got both.
Yeah, clearly they've made a change on this. Like he's not just out for careers. Like he wants to win titles.
I think Brock was like, hold on a minute. Like, I don't know about this retirement match, baby. Not with him. I'm telling you, there could have been an easy power play. Like, come on, man. Hogan coined that phrase for a reason. Like, I don't know if that works for me, brother.
Yeah.
He could have secretly been watching our podcast and be like, you know what, Derek is right. He doesn't need my career on his belt.
Let me just go back to Oba. That'll make Derek happy.
He left for a while because he's heard me say, "Why do we have Brock Lesnar on the show?" I get it.
Like,
so someone has an interesting point on about Gunther stuff in my Discord. Someone was saying Gunther didn't really retire Cena or Goldberg. They were already announced as leaving. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he's like, yo, I want your career. Like he's never really kind of done that. You know what I mean? I guess with AJ, I guess was the one.
He said exactly that.
He did. Okay. So that was the one where they were like, no, I want your career. But the rest of them haven't been the thing. I guess he's supposed to fight Ray at Mania. That was supposed to be a thing, but it didn't actually happen. And then Ray wasn't injured. They threw him in another match. So maybe the whole career killer isn't necessarily his full.
I think it's you could blame Baron Corbin. I think these old heads saw the Kurt Angle retirement match, and I heard a nice interview from Kurt in which it was just a series of unfortunate events. Like it was supposed to be his son, but then his son never got cleared. As a matter of fact, I think the doctors tripled down and was like, yeah, son, your neck is toast. Like you can't even come back for one match.
Yeah.
And then it was like all the other major stars were involved, and they were like, who could get a rub out of this? And somebody said Baron Corbin's name, and that's what we got. I think now these veterans, especially Ray, like I would have thought like face or heel. I think the way Ray is, he was not going to let anybody except this man retire him.
Yeah, I can see that. But Marcos, you about to retire him?
No, I'm talking about
but
this
clearly
man on my
we
shirt.
know that retirement means nothing. I mean, so it doesn't mean anything. Now taking off the boots don't mean nothing. I don't know. But yeah, I could see that. You give Gunther the title and then you do belt versus retirement stipulation. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
So
Where does Cody go? Who knows? But they'll
I
figure
think
something out.
Cody functions when you have an Uber heel. See what I did there? Because Gunther is, you know,
He's Uber.
That's good because he works for Uber.
Give us a Seth laugh. All right, so Derek, any matches you're watching this weekend? Anything that you're looking forward to on this card or the next card in 8 days from now? Since I'm not going to be on the show for, I believe, a week at least.
You got internet out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be 8
You want me to
hours
wake up at
apart.
4 a.m., 7 a.m.?
Did Superstar Mega Ran hop on at 3 a.m?
Yeah, I definitely
Mega
did it.
Ran is a different speed.
You better
I got a
be.
wife that's gonna throw a shoe at me. And man, if you don't shut the fuck up,
If you could take a shoe.
Listen, off for episode.
but I want to shamelessly plug my fake AP that I just printed right now. You know, Swatch AP, baby.
Yo,
Our Swatch is back.
I don't think
Oh,
they ever
that's
left. I
hilarious.
just think that Americans don't like stuff that actually makes sense for people.
No, they definitely left. Like they left the cultural.
Oh yeah, Swatch was gone, and now
No, they
now
have
they're not.
flagship stores everywhere for the past 20 years.
What?
Right, but they weren't culturally significant for the past 20 years.
To us,
Mhm.
because we live in a society that a woman
Yeah.
can carry a used Honda Accord on her shoulder with no money in it, and people will be like, "Ooh, she's killing the game." You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
But
Yeah.
there was pop culture terms of synchronize your swatches.
I never. I lived in New York, so I never. Swatches were never a thing.
Yeah.
The closest to that was the Casio watches, the G-Shocks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the frogs.
Wait,
Those
frog?
frog commercials shot them G-Shocks to the moon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got a rare black and green one that is goes with the what's it called, the Air Max 95 somewhere back there that I think I wore 3 times.
This sounds accurate.
I do want to get that Mega Man watch. I don't know if y'all seen it. It looks cool. It
I
seems
mean-
kind of hard to play, but yeah, you can actually play the game.
Did
on it.
did the New Day drop a watch? I felt like they have, like, if you're a true fan,
What?
like I felt like they had collabs. Like I think you guys
No.
pointed out a collab that they did with a it was like one of the items that you guys pulled out during the New Day pod, and I was like, wait, no, it was Uno collab. I was like, what?
Mhm.
I was like, when did they do Uno?
That's
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, they did a Uno collab.
just
Right
it's
there.
just Uno colors. It's up, down colors.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah, it's that right there.
Yeah.
you know, I got a Naruto Monopoly. That's the only crossover things I've
Mhm.
got, and I haven't
Oh,
even
nice.
opened it because Monopoly is the longest, most frustrating game in the world.
They also had the Ninja Turtles crossover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Shoes, you know, all that stuff.
Were they? I know they did the Netflix cartoon, but I feel like they did a crossover with Scooby Doo too, or no?
No, WWE.
No, the New Day.
Oh, I don't know, but there was a WWE crossover with Scooby Doo.
That weird Taker cartoon.
They had the Netflix, that little special with Undertaker.
Yeah, the Undertaker Halloween movie.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah,
Or that was
It was the Choose Your Own Adventure.
yeah.
yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
So,
Scooby Doo
we
had 2
are
movies with the
at a-
WWE.
Are you guys, switching from wrestling? Are you guys going to see Grogu and the Mandalorian this weekend?
I will be in Atlanta, so maybe not, but
You'll be in
Um,
Atlanta. Derek, where will you be?
Me, I'm gonna be in ATL. Yeah.
Oh shit.
mm,
I'm gonna be in Atlanta.
Oh man!
wow.
So you're saying that you guys,
Where are you gonna be?
man, that's a chance.
you say you guys going to meet up live and have the boys pod live together?
Hey, well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Somebody bring the gear. I will be around doing a whole bunch of stuff at MomoCon, playing Friday afternoon and Friday night. Saturday, just kind of hanging at the merch table. Sunday as well. So yeah, if anybody has a podcast and they want me on, that'd be a good time to do that. Mm-hmm.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Where else can we find you guys? I think it's a good place to stop.
You got a
You know, go watch Saturday night's main event.
Derek said he got a question first.
No,
Oh, okay.
hold on.
Oh,
My bad. I didn't know. Go ahead.
I said we need a question for the week, but I did want to ask something real quick.
Go ahead.
How do y'all feel about this Ricochet? Not Ricochet. This Leo Rush character that he
Mm.
on the other side of the water.
Well,
I'm aware of it. I have not seen a match, so I can't really
And
give it my.
it's interesting.
it's fun. It's fun. It's been going viral every week. I I appreciate him doing something different.
Mhm.
I thought his old character, the Man of the Hour, was great. But I like seeing him do some depth. I mean, it's basically, he said it's like Undertaker, Boogeyman, kind of, kind of,
evil.
yeah. It's cool. Like he changes the
dig it.
wrestling style when he does it. Like I like that he's dug in on it, and I think it's cool. I wonder, just because we hear stories about like, oh, AEW doesn't necessarily like the sports entertainment aspect of stuff. So I wonder if this is something that they will not be huge fans of. But it's been popping off every week. Like he does it,
Is
and
he officially signed with them again, or he's just appearance?
yeah, he's ROH. So I guess I don't know. But yes, I think it's cool because you got a lot of high flyers doing just the flippy stuff, but like having a guy also add another angle to it, I think is kind of cool. Props to him for trying something new and sticking with it. Like he's done it in New Japan as well, but props to bring it over here.
I mean, he's one of those individuals that he just keeps reinventing himself, right?
Yeah. Like I'm not mad at that. Like people who try new things, I think it's cool. So Danny Von Doom said it. Tony doesn't like the Danhausen energy, but he'll give this kind of gimmick some room if it's working. So yeah, I will say that to say I'm surprised because, but then again, it's mostly been getting traction online. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I watch Ring of Honor or even know how to watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to watch it. Also saw that, speaking of Ring of Honor, my boy was at a taping. They did 30 matches at a taping.
Oh wow.
30 matches at a taping. So there's got to be some middle ground. I know WWE giving us 4 matches at a PLE is whack, but 30 matches at a taping is insane. But you got to get them in, bro. They did 30. The last one was it was like your 30th match and your main event. It was AR Fox and somebody, and I don't know, bro. I don't know if I can stay that long.
There'd have been so much fatigue. I'd have been like,
You're out there like,
especially if the match that you care about is like between 25 and 30. I'm like, oh god.
yeah. And like, I don't know if it's like the one time I watched a pre-taped show was Lucha Underground, and with that they locked the doors. Like you can't leave because they want consistency with the people. So they'll be like, you don't come in unless you can stay for 3 hours. And they tell you that up front. And they're like, we cannot let you leave because we want consistency of where the people are and all that stuff. So
but what if people die?
The Doors is crazy.
People die.
what if people die is wild.
But a valid question.
I mean,
Like, what if you're there?
put some
and you're
sunglasses
like-
on them and leave them
And
in
you're
the
like,
spot.
yo, my wife just texted me, our kid drowned. Like, hey, brother, he should have not swam today.
I like that Rand immediately thought one of the people in the crowd died, and he was just gonna weaken at Bernie's that day.
That's what I thought you meant. I
No.
thought you meant like a person there.
All right, Derek, you get this side, I'll get this side, and we'll make him cheer.
Hey,
It's like
listen, I love Mr. Bernie's.
they're just picking your hands up. Like,
Man,
oh gosh, that is insane. Okay, so yes, if you get some really, really bad news, maybe they'll let you leave, but maybe not though. I don't know.
They're gonna hit you with the like, hey, fam.
Wrestling is
Cool.
life, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, you knew what was gonna happen, fam.
This is your family now. Sit down.
that's crazy work.
You better sit down.
Crazy work.
I think the biggest thing, just jumping back because that's how my brain does, and I didn't answer the
Or
question.
like, my wife is going in labor.
right?
Look, man.
I think the biggest thing with Leo Rush's character is he said that he's loving playing that character right now.
Yeah. That's what he
And
told
that-
me. When I seen
and
him.
that- That's yeah. So I'd only read that online. I hadn't even heard that from you yet. I didn't even realize. I just heard through the grapevine that he loved playing that character, and that when you get something like that you can sink your teeth into and feel like you're excited to do it, that makes all the difference.
100%.
Little sustenance.
I am like if he's having fun doing it and he's getting TV time, I think that's a really cool thing. John Moxley shows up and says, "Lucky bastard, I wanted to die in the ring and you did it for $60." him or Darby. Also, I know we don't really talk AEW on this show, but thoughts? What is it? 3 weeks with our new champion, with Darby Allin. What? Any thoughts?
I think they're booking him well. I think if it was the WWE, they would have gave him that CM Punk, Randy Orton punt before their biggest PLE at the time treatment. Like,
Derek, do you have an opinion? Because I have a strong opinion. I'm going to wait.
Oh no, you go.
Well, we know that you don't like Darby.
I don't find him overly believable.
He's like, because he believes he can beat Darby. That's why.
Derek, if you ever want to hear how you sound, listen to Shane right now.
So my issue is Darby becomes champ, and every single person that could beat Darby. Why
did you zoom in on Derek?
Derek, just move your mouth for me.
Why did you zoom in on Derek? Like, let's get Derek's point of view for Drizzin's opinion.
How do you zoom in on Shane?
You can't. It's a secret.
It's supposed to be like, I don't know. Anyway, well, there it is. Okay,
there you go.
Every single person that has been screaming for a title shot for months, years, everything that could beat Darby, that has beaten Darby, suddenly doesn't care that they could win the championship and beat this guy that they've already beaten and beat this guy that is incredibly beatable. There's just
Sammy Guevara cares.
Where did he even come from? He's been gone for 3 years. And he's just, I want a title shot. Okay. What about all these other guys that were in line for title shots with MJF before Darby won? Where did they go?
Yeah, Swerve, Kenny, literally anybody.
Swerve's popping up on Ring of Honor to go after
Hangman.
Bandito.
Oh yeah, Hangman can't get the belt anymore. But yeah, nobody.
Yeah,
nobody cares anymore. It's not interesting anymore to them. They want I don't know. That part doesn't make sense.
Yo, did he zoom in so he can go do other stuff?
Huh?
He said, "Hey, I need to go check my phone real quick. We're gonna make you big screen."
Yeah.
But yeah, it just
Diddy Von Doom says Sammy has been an ROH champion for a while, apparently. So you haven't been watching.
Where has he been? Because nobody knows where.
I think they were trying to keep him away from Mercedes.
Mercedes. Athena is finally getting on both shows. Please, I'm here for it.
When? This week?
When is that happening? I need that. Swerve did show up on ROH, so I guess the thought process is that they think
it's that time of the year where Bandito needs to drop the belt to a guy that has no direction in AEW. So there it is. It's the coveted Chris Jericho slot. That's where Bandito is at right now. Where Swerve is going to win it, and he's going to say, "Finally, a credible champion for this belt that nobody rarely sees on."
Okay, so Swerve will take that belt to the Breakfast Club and all those places and make the show relevant.
Nah, Breakfast Club's falling out. It's 520 now.
Yeah, okay. He got to go to Club 520. But
what's that?
It's Jeff Teague and them's podcast. It's really good though.
B Hen is
all I do when I haven't seen the full show. I just like watching the YouTube videos of Jeff Teague talking about his time in the NBA.
Jeff Teague is like the best storyteller from the NBA of all time.
Like Dave Chappelle, the rumors of him bringing back his show should just be him doing skits on Jeff Teague's stories. You know how like True
Jeff
Hollywood
Teague
Stories with Charlie Murphy?
The new Rick
Sorry,
James.
this is
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy. Excuse me.
Yeah, because he got stories about everybody. Okay, so this week there will be a 3-hour Dynamite, and yes, Athena will be on the show. Thank goodness. All right. Well,
Who is she facing?
she might just be showing up, cutting a promo. Who knows?
Come watch our show
I mean,
in
let's
Salisbury, Maryland.
Didn't almost had that title longer than Roman.
Her career
Bruh.
there? Yeah.
Almost longer than the AEW's been around. I don't know if that's possible, but it sounds like it.
It's
Who's on
believable.
Let's just run with it.
Anytime you mention ROH somewhere, Jonathan Grisham just punches a wall.
I mean, he was one of the guys who actually wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The title for him was fantastic.
So yeah, we got a 3-hour Dynamite / Collision happening tomorrow. Maybe it's because of like playoffs or something happening. But it's Dynamite and Collision, so I guess they're not having a Collision this weekend. So we got Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly in a Continental title eliminator. Swerve Strickland returns to address his ops. No, it doesn't say that. Anything goes. Mark Briscoe versus Ciampa. That should be good. AEW World Title. We got Darby Allin versus Speedball Mike Bailey, who, as we know, is deserving of a world title shot.
Wait, is that for the world title?
Yes, it is.
I 100% get it, but like Swerve going after Bandito is like Seth Rollins coming back now that I'm done with the Vision, and he turns into the camera and goes, Tony Angela, I want you, brother.
I was gonna say
Like-
Sean Spears, so we're in the same energy.
Same boat. Yeah.
It's like,
he just
what?
he just turns
Like-
around and says,
Like, you just had the world title before this run, and you're talking
First of
about
all,
like
put some
Bandito,
respect
brother.
on Bandito's name. All right, put some respect on Bandito. He's very dope
I
and
love
he's very over,
Bandito. He's
but not in Swerve's league.
Bandito at all in is a different Bandito today. At All In, he was the same age as Javon Evans. Almost took off his gimmick in the middle of the party, of the after party. That's how amped he was to be there. And now he's like, oh, okay. Fast forward 7-8 years, and this man is still in the same position, arguably, as he was, and it's not his fault. It is somebody looked at him in AEW and was like, got you, bro. Every time we need a banger to show off our lucha style, we bring you in. But then after that, go hang out down there with Sammy Guevara.
Hey man, he was tag team champion with Brody King. They had a really nice little run there.
Again,
Yeah.
he's like an individual that they're like, hey man, him and Brody King, those are the Mexican white counterparts of each other. Like, we're not gonna give you the world heavyweight title or a singles title that matters. Go ahead. The best I could do for you is hold on these tag team or trio belts.
And Denny might be making a good point. He also does CMLL, so that could be a reason why they haven't fully, let him loose.
Wait, so what you're telling me is that CMLL that has a partnership with AEW and ROH, they are lacking Hispanic wrestlers
No,
to
it's
take
just
over
the fact
Bandito's
that-
shifts?
No,
Like-
that he's putting guys over there and making them look good. I guess I don't know what's happening in CMLL.
I think it's TK. It's like, no, I put you in storage. Whenever somebody wants you, then I'll bring you back out and dust you off and use you 24/7.
All right. So
I feel
no
like the whole
excitement about
Jericho thing.
so no excitement about Darby Allin versus Speedball for the world title.
I like Speedball.
Hmm.
I just
Well,
One
no,
would,
this is
one,
the first time
one would
somebody
say he
mentioned
doesn't
him
deserve.
directly.
One would say he doesn't deserve a.
Go ahead
world title
and
shot.
highlight that last comment, Derek.
They did that with Vikingo, with Hologram, with that guy who would do all the top rope work. He's a spot filler, both figurative and literal.
Yeah.
I mean, you could literally insert any other name.
Yo, imagine you're Roosh, right? Who could do all this stuff, and they're like, "Hey, Roosh, we want you to do this match with this hot shot that doesn't work with us full time." And he's like, "Cool." He's like, "Matter of fact, now we're gonna have him face Sammy Guevara." And Roosh is like, "What?" So you're getting somebody else from another federation to come and do 2 spots here, and I am what? He's like, "Oh, you can stay where you're at, buddy. We appreciate you." Like, what?
Oh man. Oh wait. Okay, so there's one more thing I want to throw at you before we leave. MJF is on Ariel Hawani's show, and apparently he has some words about Malachi Black. So I'm gonna do a screen share and see if we can see if I can get this going. All right, share screen. Let's see. I'm gonna go straight to X and see if I can get this to play. All right, let me know if you can hear it.
People had to get weeded.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Can I ask, like, who was the biggest offender of this?
You want me to say a name?
Sure. You told me to ask you the hard question.
The biggest offender?
Yeah. Who came in there thinking, I'm just going to use you all as a stepping stone to go back to New York?
I think it's pretty obvious that that's Malachi Black, but I don't know the guy like on a personal level. Do I think he's a bad guy? No. Do I think he was a mark for like wanting to have his, I need my mania moment? Like, yeah. And there were a couple guys like that, and they got weeded out. And then they went over there, and some of them found out the grass isn't greener.
Right.
And perhaps some of them did. Some of them, for them, the grass was greener. But I'd say a majority of the guys that were like, I'm just going to use All Elite Wrestling to go to WWE or to go back to WWE. I think you're going to see a lot of those guys ask for a 50% pay cut from the office. Or you're going to see a lot of those guys just get released. And it's unfortunate because if you show up to our company and you work hard, there's really no need to burn bridges. Like I said, I'm not shitting on him. I'm just.
All right. Thoughts from the room.
I'm gonna call Cap there. I think what he's describing depends on where you're at career wise, maturity wise. Like him signaling out Malachi Black, it had to do with the fact that his wife was there. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like I think now that they're both unattached, this opens up the possibility of both of them going anywhere.
Even AEW after hearing this kind of talk?
I think so. Why not?
I mean, when one of the locker room leaders says, like, yo, you just used us to try to come back over there.
I don't
know.
I think when wrestlers, especially from other companies, start mentioning wrestlers that they've shared a locker room with, unless there's an actual feud, I think it's them working everybody. Because he's not the first person. He keeps talking about Malachi Black. Like this is not a gotcha question. This is MJF you're talking about. Now, if you have somebody like Dustin Rhodes go on a podcast and be like, yeah, I can't get down with that dude, that's when you start believing stuff like this. Like, you remember how they were kayfabing all of us about Jericho? And where's Jericho in AEW?
Yeah.
You know,
everybody's working. I mean, I will say that for 99.9% of the time, wrestlers are working. But there's nothing to gain from MJF. I mean, maybe there's money in it to be like, yo, they're going to be in the same locker room. Let's get a program. And now MJF versus Malachi Black becomes a program you want to see because of the stuff he's saying.
I think he's the Cody of AEW, dog. Except edgy. Like, he's going to say whatever brings product, whatever brings the clicks. You know what I mean? There's a reason why he does a lion's share of his media. You know what I mean? There's a reason why Big Will's not out there like, hey, you know, bangers and mash. Like, you know, like.
What?
Like, I think He's the company man right now, man.
But I don't know if you have to say that if you're a company man, though. But yes, I agree. He's the company man. This is what Seth Rollins would have said, or older Seth, younger Seth would have said, if somebody left. You know what I'm saying? Because he was talking like that, back in his earlier days. So I don't know. Denny says, I don't think MJF is trolling because I think he signed on to be the guy for the company now because no dirt stays on him. And I do think because MJF has a character that is so close to his real life character, like nobody knows where one starts or ends. He can say anything and you could be like, I'm working. You know what I'm saying? So he's the only guy who could say that. Tony Khan could never say that. You know what I'm saying? Like some people still have a reputation to uphold. He's got a character of being a scumbag, so he can literally say anything. So I can kind of agree with you on that. Card King with some hard facts here. Zelina can't hang in AEW. Thoughts?
She couldn't hang in WWE.
Dang. Pew! Shots fired.
Julia Hart couldn't hang in AEW, but look what they did. They moved the goalpost around her. Now she's considered one of the best in-ring talents in AEW.
So they couldn't do that with Zelina?
Yeah, I'm saying they can't.
Zelina can hang far more in AEW than she can in WWE.
Yeah, because in AEW, bro, there's a lot more workers. And I feel like the one thing that the AEW has that WWE doesn't is WWE is so stacked that people can make you look bad so you lose your spot. Versus in AEW, they're like, if we all look good, we all get more TV time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I can agree with Denny there. If anything, if they're looking at anybody in WWE or just got released, it's Kairi Sane and not Zelina Vega. No disrespect. I can agree. I don't think she really brings anything to that roster. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's no disrespect. I had the pleasure of meeting her at a meet and greet years ago. She's super nice, and from what I can tell, her social media, she has certain genuine moments. I don't know her personally, but it's like if you made it to the biggest company in the world before AEW existed, I think you're pretty. It's okay. You know what I mean?
You're pretty good.
You know,
I mean, yeah, like you got something. You know what I'm saying? But
I hate when people are like, oh, they suck, but it's like, bro, they made it to the biggest company. If you heard that they went through developmental and then got cut before they made it to TV, yeah, you got something. But it's like she was traveling, and if you pick up social media, you'll get targeted ads of her modeling merch for WWE. It's like,
yeah. She got caught kind of slipping on her Twitch after she got let go, saying people ask her like, oh, who do you want to wrestle? And then she mentioned a Japanese wrestler from Marigold, Sama Kimatami. She's like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this girl, but then couldn't even remember her name, couldn't remember anything about her. And it kind of made the fans be like, okay, like cut the cap here. All right. But you know what I mean? It's yeah.
I think once you made it to the show, you made it to the show. Like, they can't take you. Like, you make it to the NBA and you were on a roster in the NBA, whether you were averaging 20 points of 10, that's a guaranteed $1 million deal overseas. You know what I mean? Like, there's that fraternity is very small. Like,
yeah.
You got Ryback still making money to support himself off a podcast because he had a cup of coffee in WWE.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But we are at that mark. It's that 2-hour time limit.
Send us home, Shane.
Well, we're going to reconvene this weekend in Atlanta. Sans Marcos, he's getting ready to follow in the footsteps of Rand and go jet setting around the world, being in a completely different time zone. Derek, any final thoughts?
Why is he here?
I had a feeling that was your final thought. That's why I wanted to throw
I
that
thought it was
softball up there.
I thought it was gonna be something else. Blank Brock Lesnar.
I thought it was going to be why is he here because that has been scrolling the marquee the entire podcast.
Well, to answer your question, I don't know why we're all here. Technically, if I start going into the
I heard he got a funny case.
the scientist thing, it's like, well, they all say
Hey,
that
did
we're
it stop Drake
technically-
from dropping 3 albums?
True. Hey.
Ren. So they keep mentioning Atlanta.
Nice,
What are
man.
you doing in
Listen,
Atlanta? Where they can find you on the road?
I'll be out there for MomoCon.
Momo-
It's been a couple years since I've been there, so I'm really excited about it. I will be playing a live concert. We're doing a live mixtape style. Me, my man Substantial, Zed Tabani, Alan Z. We're going to do also a really fun thing in Friday afternoon where we're doing we had a couple of great artists and editors put together these AMVs for our songs, and then we're going to perform a couple songs that we never really play just for them. So that's going to be really dope. So there will be 2 opportunities to catch me on Friday. Saturday I'll be hanging. I'm sure there's usually wrestling and stuff at MomoCon, right? So I'll probably be hanging out for that. But yeah, I'll be everywhere. Just come see your boy. I'll have a table as well. And I hope to be back at Dragon Con. Let's hope that this is the beginning of Dragon Con waking up a little bit to your boy, because I had a really good time out there. But yeah, I'm back. I'll be back doing some con stuff. I'm really looking forward to that.
My friends making money. Go support him.
Yeah, I'll be doing a lot of con stuff in the near future. So really looking forward to getting back
And
back to my
don't you
roots.
have a huge tour as well, Ren, coming up?
Yeah, there are some tour dates that are going to be starting next month. So please go to megaran.com/shows to get some tickets. I'll be touring with MC Chris. He's celebrating 25 or 30 years or something like that. But yeah, we old. So I will see y'all on the road.
And also,
Megaran.com.
Derek, tell them a future loctician to the stars where they can find your page. Because you're going to be in Atlanta, and I know it's a lot of people that need to get right for Atlanta, and you're going to be there. Have hands, we'll travel.
Yeah.
Up on Instagram, on Facebook at Twisted X Faded, on all the platforms, except for X, because we don't really be on there like that. Outside of that, go subscribe to the podcast, leave some comments, all that good stuff. We didn't do a question. We got to do a question real quick for the week, man. We need a question.
Oh, I thought the question was Leo Rush.
I
but
thought Leo
maybe
Rush
not.
was the question.
I just want to talk about Leo.
You know what?
Well, we
While
left.
you like and subscribe, comment, and you might be picked for the next question of the week, in which the boys, without me, will continue their hate for Brock Lesnar.
What is he doing?
He's shuffling. He's seat strutting.
This is really bad. Hold on. Let me help him out.
Mhm.
Now don't stop strutting. Don't stop strutting. Show the people. Show the people.
Ha. Oh, but you know what? My man got robbed though. There's still no. I ain't forget about that.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
There is no question that Derek got robbed in the Oberstrut.
My man got robbed.
Man, listen. I feel slighted, man. 'Cause
Yeah, they owe you a run back.
I'm cool now.
I will throw out there too. Last night, the elder child graduated from high school.
He should have.
Hey,
And
he
he
gave strut.
Did he?
hit the Oberstrut.
He did. He did.
Yeah, I
He had a
didn't-
little Oba.
Video.
Oh.
He hit the Oberstrut as he went to get his diploma.
Wow.
And they told everybody if they did anything, they would be thrown off the stage, and he did it anyway.
Hey,
Did
all you need
anyway.
is that paper. They can't take the paper from you.
Worth it. So worth it.
He's already committed for college, so
Hey,
he didn't care.
Leave early. We ain't got to stay for the rest of
Right.
the
What y'all gonna do?
Yeah, that would have been great. We were
What
there
y'all
for
gonna
6.5 hours.
Yeah.
6.5 hours.
Wow.
All right, on that note, peace, y'all.
All right, we are out of here. Thank you. I'm gonna go play this mixtape game.